Yo, 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 Panther Nation, Pantherologist. What is up? Happy Friday. Welcome to Lunch Break with your boy, Clay. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Marcos Cash is starting it off in the nice group chat here. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Basically going to be talking about PFF rankings for Bryce Young. Going to talk about, I'm going to project Bryce Young's statistics this coming season. We're also going to talk about the wide receiver core. Probably could benefit to some more additional support. I'm going to talk about what I thought was the most underrated offseason move that the Carolina Panthers did. And then I'm also going to be analyzing the Carolina Panthers' favorable schedule, that ESPN FPI with their predictions, which is pretty interesting to me what ESPN and this FPI that they're coming up with. So yeah, before we get into today's live stream, make sure you pound that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new live streams. All right, check out betusa.com. That is today's sponsorship of today's video. And then everybody else that's in the live stream, make sure you get in the comment section. Feel free to blow it up. All right, let's get started. So PFF came out with their quarterback rankings, and Bryce Young has been ranked as the highest rated first-year player by Pro Football Focus. In a recent evaluation by PFF analyst Sam Monson, all 32 starting quarterbacks for the 2023 season were assessed with Young securing that 25th spot. Now, I mean, that's even without playing a single snap in the NFL. So Young, I think, has managed to surpass other quarterbacks, such as from the list I saw was Jordan Love, Sam Howell, Baker Mayfield, Colt McCoy, Desmond Ridder. He's ranked higher even than C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson. But also some other people that are just below. He's just below. Sorry, he's Bryce Young's below Mac Jones, Kenny Pickett, Brock Purdy, and Jimmy Garoppolo. So those are the guys that are in front of him right now. So it was pretty interesting to see where they had him ranked. And so I thought it was pretty interesting. Now let's move on to my Bryce Young statistics. Now, I think Bryce Young is expected. I think we all know that he's expected to assume that starting quarterback position for us, right? And by analyzing his progress thus far, I think it is projected that will be ready for the season opener in Atlanta. And in this scenario, we could consider that Bryce Young as the starting quarterback for week 1 and estimate his performance throughout the 17-game season. Now, head coach Frank Reich, we all know, is known for his balanced offense approach, emphasizing that pass rushing offense. Given the Panthers' present strength, it is likely, I think, that this team will really prioritize the ground game, right? I mean, so we have a top tier offensive line, a promising backfield, which is featuring, Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard. So I think that we have potential to excel in this area, right? And then we get into the receiver lineup, and the Panthers, include several talented players, though I think they may not yet be considered game-changing threats. Now, can Terrace Marshall Jr. or Jonathan Mingo could potentially fill that role, but we'll see. I mean, their on-field impact remains to really be seen, right? So, consequently, I think the Panthers' offensive strategy will likely involve quick and short passes, allowing Young to capitalize on his speed and agility while compensating for his small stature. All right. So although deep passes may not be the focal point of their approach. I think players' ability to gain yards after the catch with the ball is going to be crucial for this offense. So that's what I'm kind of putting in, existence when I've gone through and doing a projection of statistics. Right now, I think Young will have multiple trusted targets. Right, you got to include, tight end Hayden Hurst, running back Miles Sanders, slot receiver Adam Thielen. Now Thielen's reliability and expertise in the middle of the field, along with Hurst and Sanders' proven dependability, will offer, I think, Young valuable support on the field. And while Young's projected statistics may not appear the most exceptional when I tell you them, they do need to be for the Panthers to succeed. So it's not that I'm thinking he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and warn you. I don't think he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. Okay. But with a strong ground game and a solid defense, I think the Young and this Panthers team can effectively compete in the NFC South, especially for the title this season. So my projected stats, I have him between 60% and 65% completion rating. I've got him throwing for over, I would say 3,300 yards. I put in my notes like 3,300 plus yards. Okay. And I'm going to say 22 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. All right. That is my projection. So, I think it's fair to say that we can't expect him to throw for over 4,000 yards, much less throw for or past 3,500 yards. Is it doable? Yes. Even in Prize Picks right now, I was talking with this on, if you go over to Dan Mitchell, look him up on YouTube. I was on his show, Buffalo Bills YouTuber. We were talking about Prize Picks, and we were going through the Prize Picks, and Prize Picks has like a season betting thing. So you can bet on any quarterback about like how many yards they're going to throw for this upcoming season. And so when I looked at Bryce Young's on Prize Picks, they had it at 3,625 yards, and you could either choose the over or under, right? So I chose the under, obviously, but I think 3,300 yards, 22 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, between a 60 to 65% completion rating is not a bad rookie season. I think it's pretty solid, honestly. So that's my projection. And that was what PFF ranked him. So PFF ranked him at 25th in the league. So it's pretty interesting to see. All right, let's move on. So for me personally, I think the most underrated offseason move that the Carolina Panthers team did was that bringing back Shaq Thompson. All right. Shaq Thompson, I think it serves as one of the leaders, cornerstone of this Panthers defense. Okay. And as soon as the off season commenced, the Carolina Panthers, he did consider being a potential release due to his $24 million cap hit that would in 2023. Now, however, Scott Fitterer and the VP of Football Administration restructured several contracts to generate cap space before free agency, including Thompson. So ensuring that the second longest tenured player remaining on our roster right now was still able to be here. So the Panthers could have really opted for an alternate strategy. They recognize the significance of Thompson's influence on the field and in the locker room. So I think the linebackers coach, Peter Hansen, has already experienced the leadership during the brief period he's worked with Thompson. And now this team is in a new defensive scheme, 3-4. Thompson will be positioned inside. And as Evero confirmed, he's going to have a role which is obvious, right? But he is the leader of this defense. While it may not have gamered the same level of tension as the trade up to the first pick or the acquisitions of Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, and others, I think that the decision to get Shaq Thompson back on this team could ultimately prove to be one of the most crucial moves that Panthers made during this offseason. I truly believe that. So I truly believe that this move from this offseason was one of the biggest ones. Even though, with the number 1 overall pick, the other acquisitions that we made. So I truly believe that Shaq is a big time, was an underrated offseason move for us. So now let's move on to the next topic here. Now, it's not DJ Chark, but I just got a picture of DJ Chark. I could have probably made something better, but I've kind of been in a bind today with work and stuff. And this is why it's called Lunch Break with Pantherology. So, so I'm on my lunch break right now. Oh, there we go. I like that better. Well, wait, which one do we like better? The bubble, that minimal? That one's kind of cool. Well, that one's kind of cool too. All right. Anyways. So with I think that the Panthers are going to need to look into maybe getting some additional support at the wide receiver core. Just because we have so many uncertainties after trading away DJ Moore. This team has effectively managed their roster in free agency, which I think they have, with Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, Damiere Byrd, while also getting to Jonathan Mingo. Although this is collectively may not be the most formidable lineup, it does provide, though, I think, Bryce Young with a solid foundation to build upon. So, however, numerous questions I think linger regarding the group of players. The thing is, can Terrace Marshall Jr. successfully step up in the role of a premier receiver? Will DJ Chark remain healthy and be consistent? Has Adam Thielen's performance already begun to decline? Can Jonathan Mingo make an immediate impact in this debut season? And furthermore, can Laviska Shenault expand his skills beyond simply catching bubble screens and swing passes? So that's the reason why I'm discussing this right now, because even with the Panthers wide receiver coach, Sean Jefferson, he has acknowledged the considerable work required for this unit during a recent press conference. And I was listening to him speak, but while general manager Scott Fitterer may be eager to bolster this wide receiver team or core, there's really limited quality options remaining in the current free agency pool. And constantly it appears that the Carolina will move forward with what we got, right? So, however, Chark, he did not, provide impressive results, or Mingo failed to demonstrate success in this season, but the Panthers will likely, I think, make further investments in improving the receivers during next year's offseason, when they are expected to have a more flexible budget. So we will see what happens next year really with this wide receiver core. But I think it could be something that we need to really think about when it comes to did you hear Coach say deeper? Yeah, I kind of expected that. I kind of expected that with the 3-4 defense. When you're transitioning into a 3-4 defense, someone's gonna have to play, someone's going to have to play defensive end. So, and you moved YGM to outside linebacker. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that was going to happen. And I spoke about it actually, Mark. I spoke about it, I think, yesterday, kind of speaking upon it. But Derek Brown seems to be transitioning well, and his progression seems to be going well moving forward. When should we expect Bryce Young to step in? I'm thinking week 1, but that all depends on training camp this offseason and with the coaching staff. It's going to depend and the GM. It's going to depend on Scott Fitter's call, Frank Wright's call. It's going to depend on how he looks through the rest of it, what he's going to look like through training camp, and then probably preseason. So I think it's probably going to be a coin flip. But I mean, I think that they should go ahead and throw him in the starting lineup week 1 and let Andy Dalton just continue to mentor him from the bench. But that's neither here. I mean, it's not my call, but if I was the coach or if I was the GM, that's what I would be shooting for. So yeah, I'm hoping for week 1 too. So I'm hoping that this wide receiver core can step up, and we can hopefully, like I said, hopefully with these questions that I was asking you, hopefully Terrace Marshall can step in and finally start seeing progression of him being a primary receiver. Hopefully GJ Chark can remain healthy and consistent, and hopefully Adam Thielen's performance hasn't declined too much. And then let's hope that Jonathan Mingo, getting him in the second round wasn't a waste of a pick, right? Hopefully he can make an immediate impact on this offense. And then, can Laviska, I'm hoping that Laviska can expand his skill set more than just being a bubble screen swing pass kind of guy. So that's the only reason why I got this picture up here of DJ Chark, but I wanted to talk about that wide receiver core a little bit because it worries me a little bit. All right, now let's move on to the next topic. Next topic here is ESPN FPI. Again, when I spoke about this yesterday on the lunch break, that ESPN has come out and said that Carolina has the 4th most easiest schedule this year. So as I think, so we'll see. Obviously we'll see with this schedule what we'll do, but nevertheless, so basically week 1, so I'm looking at the percentages, right? So basically week 1, and these are based off of like obviously it's a percentage of indicating the likelihood of a victory for us. So week 1, they have Atlanta winning that game because they're only giving us 47% to win that game. Week 2, the New Orleans Saints, 46% to win that game. Now, mind you, before I got into the percentages, ESPN's FPI index, so it's the Football Power Index, is only predicting us to win 6 games this year. Just so you know. Okay. So far, the FPI has 47% week 1 against the Falcons. Week 2, New Orleans Saints, 46%. Week 3, Seattle Seahawks, 33%. Minnesota Vikings, 40%. Detroit Lions, so week 5, 32%. Week 6, Miami Dolphins, 30%. So basically, by the bye week, this they have us going 0-6. All right. Week 8, we finally get a win, 59%. Week 9, we finally get another win, 56%. Week 10, they got us losing to the Chicago Bears, 45%. Week 11, 36% against the Dallas Cowboys. Week 12, at the Tennessee Titans, 49%. Week 13 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 54%. I don't know how that makes any sense. week 14 at New Orleans Saints, 43%. Week 15 at home against the Falcons, 51%. Week 16, Green Bay Packers, 51%. Week 17, Jacksonville Jaguars, 38%. And then week 18, Tampa Bay Buccaneers home, 58%. So basically, the only games that they're predicting us from the FPI, ESPN FPI Power Index, the only games they're predicting us to win is against the Texans in week 8, the Colts at week 9, Tampa Bay week 13, the Falcons week 15, the Green Bay week 16, and Tampa Bay again week 18. Dude, I don't understand. Appreciate it. Sky Short Productions. Go Panthers. Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody coming and join the live stream. Cash, thank you so much. Showing support. JSK, what's going on, man? I can't believe. So basically, from that, yeah, that's what they're predicting. Let me show you. Let me just show you. Let me see if I can show you this. All right, I'm going to share my screen of this. So these are the percentages for this schedule. Those are the percentages that they're expecting us from the ESPN FPI Power Football Index. Okay. This is their percentages that they're predicting for us. They only have us winning 6 games this season. And those are the percentages for each and every one of the games that ESPN predicts us to. That's their power or football power index. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really agree with it. I predicted us to go 10-6. I see us, like I've said before, I see us losing week 1 against the Falcons, beating the Saints week 2, losing to Seattle week 3, beating Minnesota week 4, losing to Detroit week 5, losing to Miami week 6, going to the bye week. We beat Houston. We beat Indianapolis. We beat Chicago. We lose to Dallas. We beat the Titans. We lose to Tampa Bay. I think that's how I had it. I have a I have to double check my notes again. Let me double check my notes real quick. I know I have us 10-6, but I got to remember how I had the predicting every game. Okay, let's start over. So week 1, I have the Atlanta Falcons. We lose. Okay, so we beat the Saints week 2. We lose to Seattle week 3. We beat Minnesota week 4. We lose to Detroit week 5. We lose to Miami week 6. So going to the bye week, we're 2-4. Week 8, we're 3-4. We beat Houston. We beat Indianapolis. We beat Chicago. We lose to Dallas. We beat the Titans. We beat Tampa Bay, actually. Sorry. I actually have us beating Tampa Bay there. We lose to the Saints week 14. So we're 7-6 at week 14. Week 15 at home against the Falcons, we're 8-6. At home against the Green Bay Packers, is 9-6 is a win. Week 17 is a loss against Jacksonville, and then week 18 versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 10-7. So that's why I got us 10-7. But ESPN's got us going 5-5, basically winning 6 games. So ESPN, based off of this, though, has us winning 6 games. Have you watched the latest film? He's making some time throw. Yeah, I have. I've been watching film. I've been keeping up with it for the most part. Gotta hop off again already. Take care, Clay, and everybody. Please else hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, appreciate you, JSK. Have a good day. If Cameron Peoples doesn't work out, I wouldn't not mind is getting Zeke or Lenny, either one. Problem is I don't know if we have the cap room for either one of them. So that's the problem. I don't think we even have the cap room for them to afford them. Maybe Lenny, but I guarantee you we don't have the cap room for Zeke. So overall, where's our cap space? Because I'm looking at the cap. I mean, we do. Oh, okay, we do have some cap space right now. Or maybe, I don't know if we do right. Do we fully have cap space? Is that how much cap space we have right now? Even after everybody we've signed and all that? Interesting. Because right now, if we're looking at the cap, let me see if I can find a good cap table. Dead. Okay. Sorry, I thought someone was here. So if we're looking at the cap, adjustable cap salary caps 238 mil, active contracts is 186, dead cap we're at 51, 2022 rollover is 10 million. So the estimated cap space we have right now says 27 million. So we might be able to sign guys like that. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we'd be able to sign Zeke. Maybe Lenny, though. Maybe we might be able to sign Lenny, but I don't know if we would be able to. Yeah, I just don't know if we'd be able to sign Zeke. We're sweeping the Bucks and Saints, splitting the Falcons, and losing week 1 because we couldn't stop the run. I don't think we're sweeping the Saints. The only team I can see is sweeping is the Bucks. I don't see us sweeping the Saints, nor do I see us sweeping the Falcons because, like I said, we haven't swept a team in our division since 2018, and we did that last year with the Saints. I don't see us sweeping them again this year, though, due to the fact that they actually have probably Saints are the only team in our division right now that I think that could win our division over us. I'm not scared of Baker Mayfield. We've already seen firsthand what that scrub has done, right? But with Derek Carr, I think Derek Carr is better than I would take Derek Carr over Baker Mayfield any day of the week right now. And the Saints, I think, have a way better. I think the Saints have a great defense. We sweep in the whole division. I wish. I appreciate that. I'm glad y'all are optimistic, but I'm not that optimistic. I don't think we're sweeping the whole division. Well, defensively, they're still good. So until they lose some more guys, and I start seeing them taking a step back, then we can have this conversation. But I truly believe that the I just feel that the Saints are just better than the Bucks. I just don't see Baker Mayfield making them any better. I don't know if y'all have watched Baker Mayfield lately, but dude, he's throwing over Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's head right now. It's bad. It's pretty damn bad. And then of course I'm not worried about Taylor Hines. If anybody I see us sweeping, it would be the Bucks and the Falcons. The only team I'm not, I still think the Saints are still solid, but that's just me. Jalen comes in and says, I feel like if Carr couldn't win with DA, Waller, you have a point there. That's a solid point. It's a solid point. But if you go look at anybody else in our division, you look at their quarterbacks, you would take Derek Carr over Taylor Heineke, Desmond Ridder, or Baker Mayfield. All right. And their defense is pretty damn good. They're still solid. So, and they gave us a lot of trouble last year. So, how do you feel about our defense? I think we're still solid. I still think I still consider Carolina to have a top 10 defense. I think this new defense is going to be pretty interesting to see this 3-4 defense because if you look at us defensively, I'm trying to see if I can get like a diagram of the 3-4 defense for us. I would like a new diagram. I'm trying to find a good diagram for us. No, that's not it. I don't think that's it. No, that's not it. That's 2020. I need 2023. I gotta find this diagram. I saw a diagram of it yesterday of how we're gonna basically have it lined up, which is pretty interesting. Oh man, that's like how does that come up like that? I wish I could show a nice diagram of this. Okay, are we really going to go through all that? I would like this. I'd like to see this in a diagram, but I don't know if I can be able to pull it up in a diagram form. Oh, well, anyways, how do you feel? I think that, how do you feel about our defense? So I still think we're a top 10 defense. I'm looking forward to seeing what Evero can produce with this defense. You know, we're getting, hopefully Dante Jackson can stay healthy. JC Horn can stay healthy. I'd like to see more out of CJ Henderson, but I doubt we will. That's obviously the reason why we didn't pick up his 5th-year option. I think honestly that moving YGM out to the outside linebacker is going to benefit him. I think YGM it's going to definitely benefit him going to the outside linebacker. Luvu and I think Shaq are going to do his thing. And then Von Bell is great. And then seeing what Jeremy Chin's going to do with his versatility, because he's going to be moving around in the nickel, or he's going to be in safety or linebacker. So our defensively, we have a lot of versatility with this defense with a lot of guys. So I feel that this is going to benefit us in the long run with this defense. So I would say we're a top 10 defense waiting to happen this year. Kyle Trask will start. I hope so. I hope Kyle Trask starts. I kind of want to see what he's got. I kind of want to see what Kyle Trask has got. He can't be much worse than Baker Mayfield. So it's very hard to be that bad. Yeah, the Bucs are in the toilet right now. Yeah. Go watch. I'm serious. Go watch the OTAs and go watch Baker Mayfield playing right now. It is so bad, dude. It is so bad. Like, I know Baker Mayfield's not much taller than Bryce Young, but at least Bryce Young can make the throws. Like Baker Mayfield's overthrowing dudes, and it's bad. It's bad. Arizona just released DeAndre Hopkins. Sooner or later, I knew that was going to happen. Like, How do you like? That could be a guy we could sign, but that problem is I don't think that he would. You'd have to sign him for like a 2-year deal, 2 to 3 year deal. I can guarantee you that guy's not going to sign for a 1-year deal. DeAndre Hopkins wants at least a 2 to 3 year deal. Be a good guy for us to go after, though. I will. So. Appreciate everybody coming in and showing your support. Make sure you pound that like button. Get in the comment section. I'm going to stay on for about another 20 minutes. Feel free to ask me some questions. We already went over Bryce Young's PPF rankings. We already went over me projecting Bryce Young's statistics and basically talking about that I feel that our wide receiver core could benefit from some additional support. And now that the fact that DeAndre Hopkins has now been released, wouldn't be a bad idea to target him. And then we also talked about the most underrated move this offseason, which for me was Shaq Thompson, re-signing Shaq Thompson, and then talking about Carolina's favorable schedule. But the ESPN FPI predicts us only winning 6 games, and I was showing you all the percentages. So appreciate everybody joining the live stream today during my lunch break. Appreciate all of y'all. So feel free to hop in the comment section. We can do a little Q&A if you'd like. So if you feel free to I'm going to put in everything in here real quick. I'm going to put this info in the chat for you guys. They won't sign him, man. So this is what we went over today. They won't sign DeAndre Hopkins. It won't happen. So this is what we went over today. Pro Football Focus. Young secured the 25th spot. Then I projected Bryce Young's statistics. This is what my statistics are going to look like for Bryce Young. Okay, this is the statistics that I have for Bryce Young. I think it's very solid for his first year. And then I talked about that our wide receiver corp could benefit from additional support. And these are the questions that you have to ask yourself. Okay? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself. Can Terrace Marshall successfully step into the role of a primary receiver? Will DJ Chark remain healthy and consistent? Has Adam Thielen's performance already begun to decline? Can Jonathan Mingo make an immediate impact in his debut season? And furthermore, can Laviska Shenault expand his skills beyond simply catching a bubble screen and swing passes? So that's the reason why I was talking about the additional support for our wide receiver core. Because those are the questions we have to ask ourselves. And then I think the most underrated move that we made this offseason was this. Retaining Shaq Thompson. So I'm giving you my overview of what we were talking about if people are just joining. That's what we're going through it right now. So the most underrated offseason move was retaining Shaq Thompson, in my opinion. And it was underrated. Nobody talked about it. Now I'm going to add in the FPI, ESPN. Well, first things first. This was the next thing we talked about. This was the last thing we talked about. Okay. This is the last thing we talked about right here, was analyzing the Carolina Panthers' favorable schedule with ESPN FPI predictions. And then this is their predictions, which was kind of this is their predictions for every single game in here in the chat. So this is from week 1 to basically week 5. I'll show you week 6 for the Dolphins. You'll be able to see it. It kind of cuts you off in the chat because you can only do so many characters. But I mean, I could show you again, but I just wanted to add it in the chat for fun for you guys, so you can see a little bit closer. But this is what they're predicting for each game. So there's the Dolphins right there, as you can see, Fins, 30.3%. This is all the predictions that ESPN's predicting for us. So I just wanted to reiterate what we were going over. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound that like button, like it owes you money. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now I leave the floor up to you, my audience. You're more than welcome to ask me any questions you feel free to ask about the Carolina Panthers right now. Get Gooder asks, do you think Miles Sanders will be good here? I think Miles Sanders can be good here. Yeah. I mean, he's going to benefit from a great offensive line, which was to finish top 10 last year. I think that we're going to be running the ball a little bit more or just as much as we did last year, or if not more, because of the fact that we have a rookie quarterback. So I think it's going to be beneficial for us to use him as much as possible. But you also got to think about Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard did have some pretty decent performances last season. So I don't think it's going to be all Miles Sanders, but I could see Miles Sanders putting over 1,000 yards, and then, Chuba coming in and putting in about, 5, 6, maybe 7, depending on how good of a year how good of a year he's having and how he comes in and plays. Did you see DeAndre Hopkins get released free agency now? I sure did. Just got the update. Someone also updated me. It was kind of funny. Who was it that updated it in here? Yep. Cash updated me at 1:08 p.m., which was around the same time I got the update on my phone. So yeah, I did. So we'll see if Carolina targets him. I mean, I wouldn't be too mad about it. I'm pretty sure DeAndre Hopkins he's actually from here or from South Carolina. I know went to Clemson, but where is he from originally? I'm pretty sure he's from Central South Carolina, which is near Clemson and Greenville, which is not very far away from Charlotte. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was only I mean, he was right down the road from Clemson. Then he's right down the road from Greenville, and Greenville to Charlotte. It isn't far. So it's kind of would be like him coming back home almost if DeAndre Hopkins can't, come like if we targeted him. So it would be a bad idea. But he did in a recent interview with, I don't know if you've seen the podcast, I Am Athlete. He did say on that podcast that he doesn't want to play with any rookie quarterbacks. He's done doing that. So him coming to Carolina could be a very, very slim chance. Panthers have the second highest remaining cap space. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was surprised that we even had that about much cap space left, honestly, but we do. I actually can pull it up right here, which was crazy to me because I didn't think we had that much cap space. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought we were done. Like, yeah. There's our cap space right there. I couldn't believe it. Let me hit update just to make sure. So I couldn't believe that's how much cap space we had. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get traded either, man. I'm surprised he didn't get traded either. I'm surprised he didn't get traded here because you probably could have got some draft picks, some draft capital out of it, possibly, a decent player out of it. Who knows? I hear Reich wants to bring in a fourth QB for training camp. I mean, who the hell is he gonna? Who is he gonna bring in? What's he gonna do? Bring Eason in? Is he gonna bring Eason back? You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I don't understand that. I mean, there is a new rule now, though. I don't know if y'all know this, but you can have a third quarterback dress up, be on the field, and it won't affect the active roster. I mean, if he brings Cam back, but I don't even know if Cam wants to play anymore. I don't know if he wants to play anymore. I think Cam's kind of just over it now at this point. I think Cam's just over it now at this point, honestly, guys. I think it's because you can dress now into the quarterback game day. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's a new rule. Are the Cardinals tanking for Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr.? I don't know about that. I mean, it all depends. It all depends on what Kyler Murray does. The Mad Midget. That's what I call him. I call Kyler Murray the Mad Midget. It all depends, but I doubt it. I see, but if you don't believe in Kyler Murray, you might as well go ahead and tank. But I don't know. I don't know. Cam said he would back up Bryce Young. He did say that. He said that even on his own podcast. So, Ryan Fitzpatrick retires and joins another team. No, that ain't happening. No, but we also have Corral as a great backup for years to come. Yep. Yeah. Corral actually looks pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. In OTAs, he looks pretty damn solid. He's definitely got the strongest arm out of our quarterback room. I will say that. Like, I'm talking about throwing power wise. Accuracy, he's still pretty good, but I wouldn't say he's Bryce Young accuracy, but you're talking about a guy who can throw a ball a mile. Matt Corral's a guy. He's definitely got the strongest arm in our quarterback room. So OTAs have been pretty interesting to see the new style of offense, the new style of defense, seeing guys transition to these other positions, which has been pretty interesting to me to see and the highlights of it. So it's been pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to the season. So I was actually right there with you, Cash. I'm not gonna lie either. I was high on Anthony Richardson. I was high on Anthony Richardson, but wanted us to draft Will Anderson. Sorry, I totally did not read that correctly. Good Lord. I need glasses. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted us to draft Will Anderson and Rocco Corral this year. Interesting Yeah, I wouldn't say I was that I wouldn't say that I was on board. I wouldn't have been on board with that. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have been on board with that. Not gonna lie. But I was high on Anthony Richardson because of the upside of him and his size and athleticism. So I was all about Anthony Richardson going into this draft. But it ended up being Bryce Young, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad that we got Bryce by any means. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off here. Got to get back to work. Appreciate everybody joining the live stream. But like I said, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. EST. Do not miss out on lunch break with myself. Always going to be bringing in Carolina Panther content, also bringing in NFL content. So make sure you click that post notifications bell, subscribe to the channel, pound the like button. You know what to do. It's super easy. Everything's for free. I don't charge you. Got some giveaways coming. Got some other sponsorships on the way. I can stop talking about BetUSA for as much. I'll still include them in here, but I have some other sponsorships on the way. Gonna do some giveaways as well. Gonna do some season tickets giveaway, or not season tickets, but I'm gonna do a ticket giveaway. I'm gonna do possibly an Xbox or a PS5 or maybe both giveaway. Gonna do maybe some gift card giveaways, give some jersey giveaways. Yeah. Just going to go and I'm going to go buy the Xbox PS5 here soon. Going to buy the jersey here soon. Going to buy the tickets here soon. And then probably some Amazon gift cards. And I'm going to do like one giant big giveaway. That way everything kind of just goes at once. So be on the lookout for that. I'm planning that right now. So make sure you subscribe, pound the like button, subscribe to the channel, click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on that giveaway, especially that, and just continue to show your support here. And other than that, guys, as always, keep pounding.